long time no see. Don't arrest me. I'm here today to share with you all the series I'm in the middle of and if I'm going to continue them. I actually did this video on Instagram a little bit ago, but I didn't like explain my reasoning. I just said, here's a book, am I finishing the series? And today I wanted to kind of do a continuation of that. I'm a yapper, I love to talk, I need to explain myself. So I'll be talking about those same books, but like my reasons behind my yes, no's, or maybes. So this will literally be all the series I've ever started and not finished. So let's just get right into it. First we have the Housemaid series by Frida McFadden. I've only read the first one and I have purchased the second one. Yes, I'm gonna continue this series because it was very twisty and turny. I read The Housemaid too close to when I read Verity, and they are a little too similar. It was still a fun journey, and the way the first book left off, I would like to see where it goes from there. So I would like to continue that series, but the first one also wasn't like life-changing. So if I don't enjoy the second one, I could see myself being like, I'm good on that, you know? But I do own it, so I probably will read it. Next, I have the Me Before You series by Jojo Moyes, and I will never continue that series. And it's probably for a different reason than most people would. I don't know. It's a hard no from me. I loved that book. It was a 4.5, could have been a 5 had like her annoying family could have got what was coming to them like way sooner. That was like my first like really visceral book experience, and I really enjoyed it. But to me, that is like such a perfect love story, like soulmates, you know? Like in real life, I think people should be able to move on and have other relationships and all of those things. However, in my mind, they are meant for each other, they love each other, they're soulmates, and she's content in the fact of knowing she met the one, but their time was too short. I don't want to read about her moving on. I just don't. I simply do not want to do that. So I won't be continuing Me Before You because I'm like 90% sure that's the plot of the next book. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, I know it's her moving on, and I just, not that I want her to stay sad, but I felt like the first book ended on a good note, you know, like sad, but a good right note. Next I have First Grave on the Right by Dorinda Jones. This is like the Charlie Davidson series. This is pretty old. No offense to my aunt. This is one of her favorite series, and I will never read another one of those books. No hate to her, my aunt loves them. They're not personally for me. I did really enjoy like the concept of like her being the Grim Reaper, what that profession looks like, her knowledge, her like career choices because of it, like all those things were fascinating to me. But the romance aspect gave me the ick so bad. There were so many like early 2000s like inappropriate assault jokes that it was really off-putting to me. Consent was nowhere to be found, and that is gross. Next we have The Long Game by Elena Armas. I feel like this is a maybe. I loved that book. Loved. I don't know why people don't like that book. I personally love that book, but a lot of people don't like it, and I feel like the second one, whatever it is, The Fiancé Dilemma, I don't know. There's just something about it that like I'm not dying to read the next one, which is weird because I enjoyed the first one so much. Maybe it was a one-hit wonder for me personally. Then we have The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Maybe, probably, but maybe. I didn't love the first one. I rated it 3 stars. It was good, but not great. I felt like the twist was kind of silly. I didn't really like the husband. He was annoying. I don't know. It just wasn't that great to me. It didn't shock me, surprise me, enthrall me in any way. So I don't feel like I'm dying to continue it, but I know she just released The Perfect Divorce, so like also I'm curious. The next one is It Happened One Summer, which is like the Bellinger Sisters series by Tessa Bailey. I didn't love that book. It was fun. I liked that the main character was based off Alexis Rose. I love Schitt's Creek, but some of the like just dialogue and interaction just gave me the ick. I don't know how to describe it. I did add the second one to my TBR. I feel like I'm someone who's a completionist. Like I do really want to see everything through, So a book really has to put me off for me to be like a hard no, but this is definitely a lower priority continuation if I ever do. Next I have the Thursday Murder Club. Yes, I will be continuing this. It's actually on my TBR currently for this month, so I will most certainly be continuing it. I really hope it continues the like cozy mystery vibes the first one did. I'm sure it will. They're very well loved books. Next is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is the Dream Harbor series. Yeah, I probably will continue this series. A lot of people hate it, and I can see why. It's very basic romance. Like there's nothing, like when you're comparing it to other small town romances, it's definitely not a great one, but I love the seasonal vibes. I love experiencing the seasons, enjoying the seasons, celebrating the seasons. So arrest me, I'll be continuing that one. Then we have Butcher and Blackbird series, the Ruinous Love trilogy. Yeah, I'll continue that. I did not expect to, for sure. I like wanted to read it because I feel like when I first like got into reading, it was like a pretty hot topic. Everyone was really into it, talking about it. It made me want to read it, and so I did, and I enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. I really enjoyed some of the like tension moments. I enjoyed their banter a lot. I was absolutely enthralled with like the suspense at the same time as the romance plot going on. There's this one scene in a house, I'll be vague. My heart was pumping during that. It was so good to be a romance. Like that thriller vibe was so fun, and I have yet to see anything like that since. I really enjoyed it, but the like spice was not for me in that book personally, but I will continue the series. Next is Maple Hills, the Icebreaker series. Yeah, I'm gonna continue that, okay? Again, did not see myself liking that one. I didn't see myself liking that book very much because of what I'd heard about it being very spice heavy, and it was, but I really enjoyed the characters and character development in that book, and it kind of, this is gonna be a weird comparison. It's similar to me in that in Red, White, and Royal Blue, it's a very idealistic world, and there are still bad things that happen in both books, but the main cast of characters are such good people and good things happen. It's just so refreshing. And for like Red, White, Royal Blue, it was like the resolution of the book was very heartwarming, but for Icebreaker, it was like the fact that all these frat guys were just good, sweet people. Like, it's so sad, but most men are not like that. So reading about a large group of men who was kind, welcoming, funny, down to earth, was like super cute and fun, and like the sports setting was fun, the friends were fun. I enjoyed it. I'll continue it. And crazy, by the way, won a Goodreads giveaway of this book, a special edition, and so it came with a bonus chapter at the end that was like post the 3rd book, I think. So it had like all 3 couples in it. It was super fun, and so it made me want to like see how their stories panned out, you know? Next is the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I've read the first 2, and I will most certainly be continuing. The first one was good. Not great, but good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters. I really enjoyed like the setting more than anything else. The second one, loved both of the characters. The setting obviously continued to be the same. I just love both of their professions, both of their characters so much. Their relationship with each other was not something I had read before. It was just so good, and I'm really looking forward to continuing that series. I just feel like I'm like transported into a movie when I'm reading them. Next is the Fourth Wing series. Yes, I'm continuing it now. I actually have Onyx Storm on my TBR for this month. I've read the first 2, and I enjoyed Fourth Wing. It didn't like blow me away, but I will say the ending like really took it up a notch for me. And then I read Iron Flame, and it was good too, but it was just so long, and there's like a lot of unnecessary, repetitive stuff in there. The ending really gagged me again, not in as good a way as the first one did. But again, I'm a completionist. I really want to be up on the lore. I feel like depending on how Onyx Storm goes could depend on if I continue after that, which I don't even think the 4th book's maybe even like written yet. I have no idea. Just because I didn't feel as good after the second one. If I feel like even not as good after the 3rd one, like I probably won't. Next is the Heartstrings series by B.K. Borison. I read First Time Caller back in February. It was so ridiculously cute. Like, I enjoyed it so much. It really had the potential to be a 5-star. I did feel like the male main character like took a little too long to like do his self-growth. Not loving that. But I loved the main character. I'd never read like a single mom trope before, who like had her life together. I really enjoyed that. And like the whole radio setting, the Sleepless in Seattle retelling, all so good. And I believe it's like his co-worker who's the male main character in the next book. I'm really excited for it. Looks really cute. Next I have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is a maybe. I really thought I was gonna like this book. This is my first and only so far Elsie Silver book. I just did not like the male main character in this. I don't like mean, toxic men who give off the vibe that they're better than women. I can't stand that. He had like no personality in that book. I could not stand him. It really like made me angry to read, and I'm impressed that I finished it because I feel like it's quite long. Let me see. Yeah, it's pushing 500 pages, which is crazy for a romance. The fact that I finished it should be considered an Olympic feat. At the end of that copy, there's actually like the next novella or something, and I literally could not bring myself to read it because I was so like annoyed by the first one. But the covers are so pretty and it makes me want to read them. So we'll see basically, maybe. I'm sorry for the rain. Next, The Summer I Turned Pretty. No, shockingly, I loved the show. I watched season 1 first, then I read the book, and I did not like the book. I felt like Belly was even more unlikable in the book. It was kind of all over the place, very stream of consciousness. I felt like nothing really happened. The show establishes much more of a plot, and it's not just because the book is from Belly's perspective, but I feel like you're just hearing her psyche, not like living in actual moments with her. She was pretty childish. I feel like she didn't have a lot of emotions for others yet. Like I feel like you could feel her bond with others more in the show than in the book, which is kind of crazy considering you're hearing her thoughts. But I did really enjoy Belly's sentimentality about everything. Like just how she romanticized everything. Smells, sights, places, times of year. That is so me. I feel that way about things. So that by far was like the most enjoyable part to me. But because we have the show and the show is so good, I don't feel a need to ever go back to these. Next is the Jurassic Park series. I think I said maybe in my Instagram video, but I'm leaning more towards yes. I just really enjoyed that book. It was very good. It's like my first true, like not thriller, but horror book. And I could see why. It's definitely horrifying. And I think it's very interesting because I chose to read this around the time when like that whole like cub thing was coming out where they're like cloning things. I read this then, and there's a lot of interesting commentary on genetics and billionaires and all that stuff that's not covered in the movies, so it's really fun to read about in the book, and I would love to see that conversation continue in further books. Also, dinosaurs. Sorry, I needed a new battery for my camera. The Part of Your World series by Abby Jimenez. Yes, I loved both the first two. So far my ranking is yours truly, Part of Your World, but I enjoyed both of them greatly, and both of them like could have been 5 stars if like a few things have been tweaked. Abby Jimenez's writing is just so good. The banter, the side characters, like they just all, it's akin to Emily Henry, just like all so well fleshed out, enjoyable and fun. I can't wait to see what the third book holds because I feel like it's a lot of people's favorite one of the series. I'm interested. Jacob from yours truly, my man. Okay, nearing the end, we have When in Rome by Sarah Adams. Yes, I will continue this series. I didn't even really want to read the first one, but I'm a completionist and I must read things in order, so I did. I really wanted to read the other ones in this series, but had to read that one first. It was fine, it wasn't great, but I'm excited to continue reading like in that small town and the sisters instead of the brother. Next is Anne of Green Gables, and I never really saw myself reading this, but Charlie Ann on YouTube, I love her videos, recommendations, and Anne of Green Gables is like one of her favorite books of all time, and I've heard other people speak extremely highly of it, and now I know why. 5 stars. And if you read it, listen to the audiobook, because I had to listen to 2 versions because I had one from the library and it had to be returned, and then I listened to Spotify, or Spotify ran out of hours and then I listened to the one from the library. Either way, both editions I listened to did an excellent job of like, you're following Anne from the time she's like 10 until she's like grown, and the way the voice actors mature Anne's voice throughout is amazing. That book is spectacular, but we're not talking about that book. We're talking about if I'm going to continue the series. And my answer is actually no, because I've heard that none of the other books come even close to capturing the magic that is Anne of Green Gables. And I don't know why, but I feel very okay in knowing that. Like, I truly think that book is perfect. Oh, I don't know. I said no in my Instagram video, but I just read the synopsis for the second one. You might be seeing me read Anne of Green Gables 2. You really should not take other people's opinions as gospel, because that sounds so good and the ratings are very good. The thing I loved most about Anne of Green Gables is her like zest for life, and kind of similar to Belly in The Summer I Turned Pretty, like her romanticization and enjoyment of everything and the sacredness of little things. Yes, I know her, I am her. So I think I'm changing my mind in the moment. I think I'm gonna keep reading that series. That sounds amazing. I don't even know where to get them from. All right, finally, last but not least, Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Let me tell you, when I sat down with that book, I did not think it would be like one of my most memorable of the year, but it was. I enjoyed that book so much. There was a couple things that brought it from a 5 to a 4, but I still loved it. I think about it often and will be continuing the series. Trust. I think it's for the best that I waited until like a couple years into me being a reader to read that, because me in the beginning of being a reader would have been like, WTF, are you joking? Because I was very judgy and about romance and kind of like highbrow, like, oh my gosh, that's too silly for me, that's so weird. Just stop, okay? And if you want that, that's fine, but like, have some joy in life. It was so ridiculously good. I swear to you, 2 years ago I would have laughed at myself. I would have picked it up and been like, what are you reading? Loved. Need to buy a physical copy. Loved. Oh, what's her name on Instagram? I'll have to put her picture or her Instagram handle here. I love her Instagram videos, and she did like a video right when Mate was coming out about like, you need to read Mate, but you also need to know these things. And it was like, they're gonna say alpha unironically. Yeah, they are, and you have to be okay with that. Or they're gonna sniff each other, and you have to be okay with that. It's so true. Like me 2 years ago, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Now, yes, please. Yes, affirmative, yeah. Anyways, those are my series I'm in the middle of, and if I'm continuing them. Let me know if you disagree with any of my opinions. If I'm like hard wrong, like I need to be reading something, or like something that I said yes to that you could be like, eh, like Anne of Green Gables. I'm really like shocked by that. I'm so glad I looked at that. So now I'm like, I need to continue it. I loved it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.